You ever notice how some people just can't relax? Like they're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. Good things happen, and instead of celebrating, they're already bracing for when it all falls apart. They check their phone obsessively. They replay conversations in their head for hours. They plan for disasters that'll probably never happen. And when you tell them to just chill, to enjoy the moment, they look at you like you're speaking a different language. Because for them, fear isn't just a feeling, it's a full-time job. But here's what's fascinating. This isn't just anxiety. There's actually deep psychology behind why some people live their entire lives in a state of fear. And stick with me, because what you're about to learn might explain why you or someone you know can never truly feel safe. Let's start with the first type, the ones who live in fear because their past taught them the world isn't safe. Imagine this, you're a kid and something bad happened. Maybe it was sudden, a loss, a betrayal, something that shattered your sense of security. Or maybe it wasn't one big thing. Maybe it was 1,000 small things, a parent who was unpredictable, a home where you never knew what mood you'd walk into. Your brain learned early that peace is temporary, that safety is an illusion. Psychologists call this hypervigilance. Your nervous system gets stuck in survival mode, constantly scanning for threats even when there aren't any. So now, as an adult, you can't enjoy the good moments because you're too busy preparing for the bad ones. It's not pessimism. It's your brain trying to protect you from being blindsided again. Because the last time you let your guard down, something went wrong. And that memory, it never really leaves. Then there's another type. The ones who live in fear because they've convinced themselves that worrying keeps bad things from happening. You know these people. They catastrophize everything. If their partner doesn't text back in an hour, they're already imagining the worst. If they feel a weird pain, they're Googling terminal illnesses. If things are going too well, they start expecting disaster. And here's the psychological twist. They're not just anxious, they're superstitious. People who've experienced unpredictable trauma often develop what's called magical thinking, the belief that their worry, their fear, their constant vigilance is somehow preventing catastrophe. Like if they stop being afraid, that's when bad things will happen. So they hold on to the fear like a security blanket. It's exhausting, it's painful, but in their mind, it's necessary, because letting go and being caught off guard feels even more terrifying. Now, here's where it gets interesting. There's a third type, the ones who live in fear because their self-worth is so fragile that any potential rejection feels life-threatening. Maybe it's you. You walk into a room and immediately start calculating. Are people looking at you? Are they judging? Did that person's smile seem fake? You send a text, and when it's left on read, your mind spirals. They hate me. I said something wrong. I'm too much. I'm not enough. Psychologists link this to core shame, the deep belief that you're fundamentally flawed, and if people really knew you, they'd leave. So every interaction becomes a test. Every silence becomes evidence. Every moment of connection feels temporary because you're just waiting for them to figure out who you really are. And the exhausting part? You're not even living in reality. You're living in a prison of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. Your fear isn't protecting you. It's isolating you. And finally, there's the type that might hit hardest. The ones who live in fear because they've seen how quickly everything can change. Maybe you watch someone you love get sick. Maybe you lost something you thought was permanent. Maybe you experienced a moment where your entire world flipped upside down in an instant. And ever since, you can't unsee it. You know on a visceral level that nothing is guaranteed, that everything you have could disappear tomorrow. Psychologists call this existential anxiety, the awareness of life's fragility. And here's the thing, it's not irrational. It's actually the most rational fear of all, because it's true. Life is unpredictable. Loss is inevitable. But the cost of living in constant fear of loss, you never fully experience what you have. You're so busy protecting yourself from future pain that you miss the present moment entirely. You're alive, but you're not really living. So here's the truth. Living in fear isn't a choice. It's a response, a survival mechanism that made sense at some point, but now it's running on autopilot. Maybe your fear comes from a past that taught you the world isn't safe. Maybe it's magical thinking that tricks you into believing worry is protection. Maybe it's shame convincing you that rejection is inevitable. Or maybe you've just seen too much, and now you can't let yourself trust that anything good will last. But here's what you need to know. Fear might feel like it's keeping you safe, but really, it's keeping you small. It's keeping you stuck. So, which type are you? Are you still living in survival mode from a past that won't let go? Are you holding on to worry like it's armor? Are you so afraid of rejection that you reject yourself first? Or have you seen life's fragility up close and can't stop waiting for the next disaster? The answer might be uncomfortable, but recognizing it, that's the first step to breaking free. If this hits home, hit subscribe. We're exploring the psychology that actually explains you.